This Kings team is good. You've trusted Monty to this point. You've wanted Monty extended. All right. We hear these dudes. Oh, by the way, I hope, in the next week, we're going to have 2 All-Stars.
Say it.
This is a basketball team with 2 All-Stars on it.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
And I know he went through a stretch that was a little tough. I'd still argue Malik is one of the best 6 men in the league.
You talking about, you took the words right out of my mouth, because you're talking about a team with 2 All-Stars, with an all-rookie first-team player. He's probably going to be second in voting in Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
A 6 Man of the Year award candidate in Malik Monk. Probably the Coach of the Year in Mike Brown.
Mm.
You got enough.
You left something out.
Well, I forget.
The executive.
Oh, front office. Front office who have pushed literally all the right buttons for the last 18 months. They're making all the right moves. This team is good, man. I understand why people are cautious. I understand why people are scared. They could very well fall out of the top 6. I'm not saying it's improbable. I'm not saying it's impossible. But once again, we keep saying it. They're not falling out of the top 6 because they didn't get Josh Richardson or Matisse Thybulle or Mason Plumlee. They'd be falling out of the top 6 because the group that they've had that have proven over the course of 60-something games, 60 games, 59 games, whatever the case may be, have proven how good they are, started to play like they haven't played all season long. They've proved every single time with this team, with this group, they've been questioned. Oh, it's the biggest game of the year. Must win. Got to have it. This stretch right here, they've got to do it. That's been said at least a handful of times. And every single time, they answer the bell.
Yep.
They answer the bell. It's time to put some respect on these guys' name, man.
If you're watching on youtube.com/ESPN1320, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, please. That goes a very long way in helping this show out there in the YouTube world grow. And while you're there, vote on the poll question. The question is, do you think the Kings missed the playoffs? That's top 6 because they didn't make a trade. This poll's been up for 40 minutes. 73% of the vote says no. Sacramento Kings will not miss the playoffs because they didn't make a trade. Let's get to the phone lines. We've got some regulars waiting for us. 916-909-1320. Let me also mention you're listening to D-Lo and KC on KIFM West Sacramento, 98.5 FM KRXQ HD2 Sacramento, ESPN 1320. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Big Al, what's happening, baby?
When you speak truth, you do speak it. Sometimes you get like, God bless you, you speak truth. I am not in that category of the people you are naming. You are absolutely dead on right when you say all the hackneyed expressions over the years, back to the days when I was playing ball, all that nonsense. You are absolutely dead on right. So good for you. Thank you for reminding people, saying that. It will be the Kings will do it because they played well. You pointed that out. I will tell you this, and it's, of course, what you'd expect. NBA Today, they did not even talk about your and my Sacramento Kings. I mean, they just glossed over it, and they threw in their new 5, and you can imagine who they put up now in the top 1, 2 because of all these activities. And, of course, my Lakers are not there either, and I can understand that because there's a lot for them to prove. Are they better? Yeah, I don't even care if they're better for this year. Did they get younger and more athletic and possibly better if they can keep their people healthy? Yeah, they did. And did they ship out your beloved player? Thank you, Jesus, they did. Thank you.
It's uncalled for. See, Big Al, you had me there for a second because I personally believe every call should start the way Big Al's call started. Everyone should call I am and how smart I am, but then Big Al ruined it. Let's get Bryson.
Had Damian like Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah. Then he hit me with an RKO. Use my own finisher on me. Let's get Bryce in here. 916-909-1320. What's happening, Bryce?
Hey, man, I'll acknowledge you, Damian. One in the air.
There you go. That's my guy.
There we go.
The thing is yeah, do we want? I mean, I think it's the thing that happens every time trade deadline in any sport. We want to see somebody new. We want to see, an air quote improvement or it's just part of it. And the thing that I've been thinking about since this whole thing stopped is, sure, maybe they didn't do anything to some people. Maybe the Kings didn't make a move. They didn't. But there's something to be said with the Kings staying with their continuity, staying with, everything that they've been doing. These teams, all these trades, all these things that happen that have shaken up the rest of the division and the rest of the West, all those guys, there's going to be a week, maybe two. They got to readjust, right? They got to figure out who does what and how this guy plays this, where this guy likes his pass. Like, the Kings don't have to do any of that. If they can take advantage of everyone trying to find their own groove again and just stay consistent, it really doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
Mhm.
There's enough time left in the season for them to do it. I'll tell you one thing that did relieve me. I think I mentioned this on the pre-show stream. I don't think we've said it here since the show's actually started. I am relieved Golden State didn't make a move, a major move.
Yeah,
because it felt like they had the assets to do it, and I thought that could be one that's because I already think the Warriors are really tough.
Like they're good.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, without Steph Curry, I don't think they got enough.
But I don't think they're going to finish the season without Steph Curry.
And they never went on the road. They can't defend. They got a lot of the same problems the Kings have, except they can't score.
They've been
at a high
able,
enough level.
I could absolutely be wrong. They've been able to win without Steph in the most recent months, though.
At home.
Well, but they're like 7-2.
But that's not enough, though. That's not enough to just win the games at home. That stretch that they had when they were winning with Steph was like a 7-game homestand. They're cool at home. They're atrocious on the road. They're like the worst team in basketball on the road, outside of probably Houston and San Antonio.
They're the worst.
They cannot win on the road. And they give up like 130.
Like by a lot.
Yeah. And that was with Steph. They can't win on the road without him. So I understand what you're saying. They had a lot of assets to make moves to kind of solidify themselves. I understand completely what you're saying, that them not making a move was a good look. I kind of feel the same way about Memphis. I know they got Luke Kennard, but Memphis, I feel like they had a lot to work with to go get an OG or something like that, and they decided not to do that. So
I don't know how long Steph is out, Brody, but it looks like it looks like starting Saturday. What's today? Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, they don't play again until Saturday.
Lakers on Saturday, huh?
Yeah, starting Saturday. 2, 4. Oh, you mean 6, 7? They got like 7 of their next 10 at home.
Oh, you mean to tell me Lakers, Warriors, like these teams are going to play each other? Somebody's got to lose.
Well, no, I know what. No. I know what point you're making. I'm just saying. But point I was making, they're playing a lot of games at home.
I mean, they got games at home. They still got to win those games without Steph.
Okay, all right.
I
broadcast.
I don't think the Warriors are making the top 6.
Okay, I maybe they're not, but I think they're going to make life difficult for a lot of people. All right, let's get Ramsey in here. Ramsey, talk to me.
Here's where my whole take. The Kings are in a position of strength. They played 54 games to get themselves to third place, and every team that's made a move are teams trying to chase the Kings and catch the Kings. The Kings are in a position of strength. They built up enough equity to have teams try to chase and try to get past them. The Kings just need to keep pace. I mean, people are sounding like they did last year when the Kings traded Tyrese Halliburton for DeMontis Sabonis. Like, doom and gloom, woe is me. No, the Kings are in a position of strength. That's where the positivity is. That's where you need to take some form of strength. Everyone has to catch the Kings other than Denver and Memphis. And Memphis, we don't know what they're doing. So the Kings, all they need to do is just continue on the same path, and they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
All right, Ramsey.
I hear you, Ramsey.
Appreciate
I hear
bro.
you. Yeah.
Look at Ramsey coming in here measured. Oh, it's a good question, Rob W. What is Ramsey driving by? How do we? That's E me. How do we not ask Ramsey?
Marie's Donuts.
Probably.